Can we start by talking about the biggest thing about you?
Well, now what would that be?
The outrageous fashions, the impossible wigs, and the highly publicised bus line.
You don't have to look like this.
Provocative, controversial, even offensive.
Do you ever feel that you're a joke?
You know, I'm not some silly little girl here. I got some smarts.
A lot of the mothers thought that I was a bad influence on their kids.
Nothing's better than proving people wrong.
Never had children yourself.
No.
Was there a reason?
Dolly Parton has canceled several upcoming public appearances and is checked into a New York hospital.
I just had a complete breakdown. It's supposed to be my baby.
You were writing your suicide note?
Emotionally, physically, these have not been easy years for Dolly Parton.
You'd already come up with a name for the baby?
Miss Dolly, I'm so sorry about this. And I was so upset.
Everything was just confusing to me, and I was just angry and I was hurt. You can only stand so much heartache.
What exactly pushed you to the breaking point?
You modeled your appearance after the town hussy.
That was the women that I thought were beautiful.
I'd say, you know, ain't she pretty? And people say, oh, she's just trash. And I'd say, well, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
A lot of the mothers thought that I was a bad influence on their kids. And I wasn't really doing all the stuff I looked like that I would be doing. I just looked like trash.
Desperate to prove people wrong, Dolly followed her dreams of being a country singer to Nashville.
Came here early on Saturday morning with my little beat-up suitcase of songs, my little old guitar and ragged little clothes.
Well, I always believed with all my heart that I would make it. I mean, I saw no reason why I couldn't do it because I was willing to work. I was willing to sacrifice. I had been as poor as anybody could ever be, so I had everything to gain and nothing to lose.
But even as her dreams started to come true, people kept judging her.
Do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
Oh, I know they make fun of me.
Sirs, earlier today we were discussing your weight. Now, the last time I saw you, were you this weight or a different weight? You were a little tubby.
You don't have to look like this. You don't have to wear the blonde wigs. You don't have to wear the extreme clothes.
You're not pushing me around. You know, I'm not just some silly little girl here. I got some smarts.
Despite her reputation, Dolly was happily married and looking to start a family.
He does not want to be in the spotlight at all. He just hates that. That's just not who he is. He said, I didn't choose this world. I chose you, and you chose that world. But we can keep our lives separate and together. I figured we'd have kids. We had names for them.
Dolly Parton opened up today about her dreams of having a family, saying if we'd had a girl, she was going to be named Carla. We talked about it, and we dreamed about it.
But at the height of her career, her hope of becoming a mom was crushed.
Dolly Parton has canceled several upcoming public appearances and is checked into a New York hospital.
Emotionally, physically, these have not been easy years for Dolly Parton.
It's been a pretty hard time for me the last couple of years. I did have some female problems.
Dolly's fight with endometriosis ended with a partial hysterectomy, which rendered her infertile.
Dolly could defend herself from the insults, but she couldn't defend herself from heartbreak.
When Mama was 35 and Daddy was 37, they already had 12 kids.
As the kids started multiplying, Mom would say, well, this one's going to be your baby. You know, that just meant you had to, you know, kind of help a little extra, get up and maybe walk the baby, fix the bottle and the naming and all that. Well, the one that Mama lost was going to be my baby, and I was so excited. It just crushed me, and it crushed my mom, too, just losing a child. That little baby died, the one that was supposed to be mine.
You named the baby, too, Larry.
Yeah,
you named baby Larry.
And I had the hardest time with it.
Her worst nightmare happening again pushed Dolly to the edge.
I just had a complete breakdown. Because I cried just as hard as I laughed. And when I heard all over. I had been going through a whole lot of family things with a heartache. Everything was just confusing to me, and I was just angry and I was hurt.
You were writing your suicide note?
I was thinking about it all.
Dolly turned to the one thing that had always helped her feel better, her music.
When you're a tender, loving, caring, sensitive person, you feel like you can only stand so much heartache. I wrote a lot of great songs because of that too. My little guitar and my little songs, I've been able to work through every problem I ever had.
Dolly put me on her tour as an opening act. It wasn't long after that some of the headlines in the tabloids had Dolly and myself, you know, pictures of us and saying something was going on.
Billy Ray Cyrus was a rising country star who, unlike most, respected Dolly.
And I was so upset about it. I was afraid that she would be upset. I went to Dolly's dressing room. I came over and said, Miss Dolly, I'm so sorry about this. From that moment on, we became very good friends.
But there's a lot of special things about you that I'm just so happy that we got to be friends.
When Dolly helped Billy Ray handle all the rumors, he found an unexpected way of thanking her.
So Miley Cyrus is your goddaughter.
And then when Molly was born, he said, you just have to be her godmother. I said, let me be her fairy godmother. So I love being that. She's a special gal, and I hope she just does great news. It is kind of like a wonderful little connection I have with Molly and Billy Ray. They're like family to me.
When the media started criticizing Miley, Dolly knew that she wasn't the trashy girl people thought she was.
Molly's going through a lot of changes. We just have to trust her.
Provocative, controversial, even offensive performance at the MTV Video Music Awards has everyone talking.
I hope she makes all the right choices, and I love her either way.
And with Dolly by her side, Miley was able to get back on track.
She isn't just mine, but she's everyone's fairy godmother, teaching us all what it means to be truly kind, to be individual, to never give up, and to never judge a book by its cover.
I think Molly's one of the most talented people I know, and I just love her to pieces. I'm glad she's mine.
Supporting Miley showed Dolly her true calling.
I really honestly believe that some things like that are meant to be, because now everybody's kids are mine.
Right, you're sort of the mama for everyone, taking care of all these
kids. I'm
the
Dolly mama, and I'm all about standing up for the ones that need to be stood up for. I've never gone where anybody expected me to go. You might think you know me, but I might surprise you.
You're trending online for the Dolly Parton Research Fund's donation toward the COVID vaccine.
I'm just happy that anything I do can help somebody else. I think about where I am now compared to where I've been, where I came from, and how much I have achieved. I can sit in a room with the biggest businessmen, and I don't feel a bit inadequate. In fact, I always feel like I got a little something on most of them.
By exceeding expectations, Dolly showed the world who she truly was.
So happy to present this Lifetime Achievement Award to Dolly Parton.
If you're comfortable with yourself, you're going to shine, and other people are going to be drawn to you. Be your own self. Don't try to be what somebody else wants you to be. You just listen to your heart. To be respected for what you do, you need to be appreciated for what you do.